So in this video we will discuss about every single fine skill and put them in a tier list. And I am covering single rarity in a video because we can only choose amongst one rarity at a time while choosing these skills. And this particular video will focus primarily on chapter stages as well as staff weapon because that's the best one for those chapters. So now without wasting any more time, the first skill is Warrior's Breath, which increases your attack power by 10%, which is not too much, but it's still something and does not require any synergy. So for that reason, it gets to 12th rank and tier C. Then second skill is Fairy's Breath, which increase your attack speed by 10%. Again, it's not something out of this world, but still gets to rank 13 and tier C. Then next one is Breath of Wind, which increase your movement speed by 10%, which is again not too good, so it gets to rank 20 and tier C. Then next one is Strength Blood, which increase your max HP by 10%. And one thing about health is that it does not make any sense to have just 10% extra in the long run, since you are gonna get one-shotted anyway. So it gets to rank 26 and tier D. Then next one is Restore HP, which heals a random amount of health, but that is potentially the worst kind of power up, giving no significant value to your run. And once you get to middle game, health regeneration has a lot of better passive options. So for this reason, it gets to rank 32 and tier D. Then next skill is Wounded Warrior, which increase your attack power by 50% for 5 seconds when you lose some of your health. I believe it's a good skill for boss battles, as sometimes getting a hit is inevitable, so why not make best out of it. So this skill goes to rank 23 and tier C. Then next we have Boss Slayer, which increase your normal damage dealt to bosses by 25%, and along with this, it also fully heals you before entering a boss battle. And this skill is really good. You get a complete boost to deal with bosses, so for this reason it gets to rank 3 and tier A. But Boss Slayer is still limited in its use, so can't place any higher than this. Then next one is the Long Range Power, which increase the damage dealt by the main weapon by 1% to 40%, depending upon distance your projectile travels. And here, your attack power increase by 40% when your distance reaches double the range of Ring of Agony. And this power is amazing with staff, especially when you have the tracking eye. So for this reason, it gets to rank 2 and S tier. Then next one is Frenzy Potion, which when you pick up, increase your attack speed and critical rate by 50% for 5 seconds. Which is solid as power, but Frenzy Potion does not get pulled by Potion Magnet. But still, when you get it, it can be a massive help against bosses, so for that, it gets to rank 11 and tier C. Then next we have the Bounce Arrow, the skill which makes your projectiles to bounce off from walls, and you can stack multiple of these skills in a game. And since we primarily use staff there, this skill penetrates enemies multiple times, as well as help you stack up that much needed combo. So for this reason, as well as being extremely synchronizable, it gets to rank 1 and S tier. The next skill is the Rear Arrow, which adds one backward arrow or beam to your attack, which makes your skill extremely useful in open map game modes, taking it to rank 4 and an A tier. Then next skill is Fiery Path, which makes it so that your character leaves a trail of flame when you walk, dealing one-time non-elemental damage while enemies are standing on that, and also applies the burn effect. Now hear me out, this skill will be so good for Thor build, as Thor is extremely good for challenge maps. But the problem is that Thor is not that widely available, and even if it is, this skill is still limited, so it gets to rank 25 and tier D. The next skill is Perilous Recovery, which heals your HP back to 30% when it gets below 30%, restoring 5% health per tick. But honestly, health recovery, that also to just 30%, does not make any major difference when you can get killed in one hit. So this skill goes to rank 31 and tier D. Then next one is the Demon Recovery, which gives you a chance to heal when killing monsters, restoring 5% of health with each recovery. This is kind of a better way for health recovery, but quickly gets overshadowed by units like Heal Sprite and Dracula. So it gets to rank 21 and tier C. Then next we have the Flame Sprite, which gives you a companion that deals 0.4 times of your attack power as damage and applies the blaze effect per hit. But for chapter maps, I have never preferred these sprites. They are surely good for boss battles, but not generally, so it gets to rank 16 and tier B. The next skill is the lightning sprite, which deals 0.5 times attack power as damage and applies the bolt effect per hit. And I find bolt to be most useful in chapters, so it goes to rank 15 and tier C. Then next is the venom sprite, which is just like the flame sprite but applies venom effect instead of blaze, so it goes to rank 18 and tier C. And then ice sprite is similar to lightning sprite but applies freeze effect per hit, so it gets to rank 17 and tier C. Then next skill is the demon slayer meteor, with which you cast a meteor upon killing monsters, where each meteor deals 1.25 times attack power and will always be a random element. Now I don't mind this one much. It's way too good when you are using Dragon Bow, but since staff is the best chapter option, this skill only gets to rank 19 and tier C. Then next we have 4 meteor potions, being Bolt Potion, Toxic Potion, Frost Potion and Blaze Potion, where each of them cast a meteor when you pick up their potions, dealing 1.25 times damage of your attack power, and applies the respective elemental effect. And it again has the problem like last one, but even Potion Magnet does not make it good, but I'll say that they are better for PvP than PvE. So all of them go to D tier, where Toxic Meteor is rank 28, Blaze Meteor is rank 27, Frost Meteor is rank 24, and Bolt Potion is rank 29. Then next we have 5 circle skills, being Bolt Circle, Poison Circle, Fire Circle, Ice Circle and Vampire Circle, where each of them give you 2 circling orbs which deal 1.25 times damage of your attack per hit, and elemental orbs apply their respective elemental effect, while Vampire Orb heals 2% of your max HP per hit. And these orbs are amazing when it comes to open maps and crowd control, where all of these orbs are in tier B, with Vampire Circle at rank 10, Poison Circle at rank 9, Fire Circle at rank 8, Bolt Circle at rank 7 and Ice Circle at rank 6. The next skill is Assault Strike, where you gain a chance to summon a strike dealing 0.75 times damage of your attack power. Now this skill gives you a major edge against the enemy bosses, but rest of the time it's not even to the mark of meteors, unless you have Strike Beam skill. But I have kind of a bias towards this skill, so it gets to rank 5 and tier A. Then next skill is Blade Potion, which when you pick up, summons 5 strikes dealing 0.75 times damage, and you can also have multiple copies of this skill. The next skill is Pursuit Strike, where you summon a strike when you kill a monster. So it's kind of made for chapter maps, as boss battles will totally waste this skill. But still, unless you get Dragon Strike or Strike Beams, this is not a good bargain. So it goes to rank 14 and tier C. Then the last skill is the Reposite Strike, where you summon 5 strikes when you lose some HP. So this is particularly the worst of strike skills, going straight to D tier and rank 30. And yup, with that the list comes to an end. Like I always say, each tier list is biased and depends upon the experiences of person making it. So do let me know if you agree with this list in the comments below. And while at it, join the Discord server from the pinned comment. Thanks for watching, just keep grinning and Aura is mine.